Yes, it is. Welcome to the Monday edition of Tigs Tonight. Good to see everybody. Hope everybody had a great weekend and had a good day today. The boys and I just wrapped up cutting up our TV show that will come out next week on Right Now TV. And we also recorded our Bubba exclusive that'll come out later this week. Both of them were good. The TV show was fun. Both of them were fun, but the TV show was movie villains, the top 5 movie villains, the top 5 comfort foods, and we had some crazy Q&A, some good questions and stuff like that. I think it's a format that we're definitely going to be doing again for sure. And joining me tonight, none other, a man who needs no introduction whatsoever, Mr. JR the Handler.
Bang, bang.
Yes, sir.
Hey, buddy.
Yes,
hey,
sir.
buddy.
It's been
Man.
so long since I've seen
I know,
you.
right? Well, I've been over hanging out in our old StreamYard studio for about the past 7 or 8 minutes until I realized, wait a minute, why is he not on here yet? I know he'd be here by now. And then I looked up and went back to an old email you'd sent. I said, I don't know. I was on our old StreamYard studio,
It's okay.
I'm here now.
We didn't specify when we ended it, gang. We've just wrapped up. This is back to back shows, which is always fun.
Yeah,
Hitting
3 in a row.
3 in a row.
Yep. Triple hitter.
Yeah, and a third one is going to be the best one. So, I think that
absolutely,
as it goes, they always get stronger. But that was fun. I had a lot of fun doing our TV show, talking about movie villains, comfort food. Don't want to give anything away, but guess what happened is we took a little break while we set this up. I walk in the house. One of those comfort foods was delivered here tonight.
Nice.
Yes. So I had a piece already, and we'll have more after we wrap up this show.
I love it.
Mr. Paul Rogers is in the house.
So, brother Paul.
Yes, sir.
Hey, buddy.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I tell you, I went in and had a snack also. I had a little, Sharice made something called Mississippi chicken this past week in the crock pot. It's a bunch of chicken breasts with banana peppers and I don't know what all, but man, it's pulled apart and it's like pulled chicken. It's fantastic. I finished the rest of that off, just made me a little piece on some sourdough bread. And then I had, today at lunch, I went to Kitty's Cafe and had, I had the chicken pot pie with the turnip greens and sweet potato casserole, and it comes with cornbread. I saved my cornbread. Actually, they brought me an extra one, so I brought a cornbread back and my sweet potato casserole, and I ate that sweet potato casserole during the break. And let me tell you, sweet potato casserole is an underappreciated food item, in my opinion.
100%.
It is so good.
It is. Oh, Lord. That sounds so good. Yeah, we talked a lot about food and kind of just really dove into to food in our TV show. What is going on, Trey Smith, a.k.a. Stinger? Those who are interested in the NFL playoffs, it's 10-3 as of, or it was just prior to us going live. Looked like I think it was in the second quarter, and the Rams were up 10-3 on that.
Who are they playing?
Playing the Vikings. That game had to be moved from L.A. to Arizona.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. So anyhow, fun stuff, JR. So as you know, this one kind of like our rapid fire question Q&A. We're going to hit on, some things that are out, some of the latest trends and stuff. In fact, just before we went on, I found something that I'm going to play in the show that just popped up. It's hilarious. It's just Trumpet is doing Trump stuff.
I love it.
Yeah,
I need this because I've been living in my bubble since the last show last week. So I hadn't even watched local news barely. So I'm not up to date with current events really.
I'm a little behind. Tomorrow night's show will be even better because I got to recap a little bit. First of all, before we even talk about anything, dude, what a weekend I had.
I want to hear about that.
Yeah, man, got to go to New Iberia and went to Gabby's event. and man, it was awesome. I didn't know what to expect. Honestly, I didn't know.
Yeah.
I have no idea. She had. I'm probably wrong, but at least 30 different vendors there, from jewelry, food, a lot of different products. Just, I mean, pretty much anything that you could imagine of small businesses. She had them there, and free food with a lot of, like, country cooking with Joni was there. By the way, got to give a shout out. I'll get you one, but he hooked me up with a Bayou
Ooh.
Craze. That's his Cajun seasoning that he makes, dude. It is legit. Just a hand sample, fantastic. He had some good he had c- corn mock shoe. He had some good corn mock shoe, and it was unbelievable.
Wow.
Seasoned with all of that stuff, and then oh, there she is right there. What you cooking Cajun seasoning? Thanks to Miss Gabby, she gave me one of hers too. Also hand sampled and tested, and can't wait to do something with it. I don't know what
Yes.
I'm going to cook something later this week. And then, if that isn't enough, Dave Hewlin who helps manufacture some of these, is coming on the show Wednesday night at 7. He will be on the show. We're going to visit with him for, as long as we need to visit. So I'm looking forward to getting some recipes, some ways to use all of these different products. I know you got your box in. I saw that box,
Oh yes.
and yeah, you're gonna love it. You're gonna love
Yeah.
it. It is a goody bag. What is going on, T. Wayne Foster? What's happening, Terry? Oh yeah, it was fun. It was fun, Paul.
Yeah, I bet. I saw the
What's up,
pictures you
Ralphie?
posted. You saw a couple of people we know there. I know, and you've been covering a lot of that lane and of media right there lately. So I know that was awesome and good, and that good on her to have a good turnout like that and include a lot of people.
Absolutely,
I bet that
man.
was a lot of fun. If I lived close, I'd be all over that. That's awesome. I'm
Oh,
glad she
for
had a good
sure.
event. I hope she has many more. I hope to make one. And like you mentioned about the seasonings and stuff, that's what I'm looking forward to, finding some new stuff to do with the seasonings, because I know my
Yes.
same old 5 tricks I've got,
Right.
what to use seasonings
Yeah.
for and when to showcase that. So I look forward to watching more stuff and learning some of that stuff as we go along, meeting all these awesome people that feel like, they feel like extended family really at this point, because it's
Yeah.
all mostly Southern people from kind of around where we all grew up and visit in our world regionally, and the stuff they cook is stuff we all like, and
Exactly.
we're
It's
all
very
relatively
easy.
the same age, give or take a
That's
decade or
right.
so.
Very easy to relate to these
Yeah.
folks. So that's
We're-
it's been fun. I met some new folks there too that will be coming on the show as well. A lady named Taryn, her and her husband Colby. Give them a follow. Traveling with Taryn. Go look her up on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. She'll be coming on the show soon. Gave me some good travel tips, if you recall, Jr. Whenever I was talking about Wakulla Springs in one of the
yeah.
shows, one of these shows that we recorded tonight. She's the one who brought that up. She's the one who
Gotcha.
gave me, because I said, "Where's one place on this route that would be cool?" She hit me up with that. I don't think we're going to be able to make it to that destination in this run, but it's good to know for in the future. And she and her husband went to this remote Airbnb thing in the Kisatchie Forest. Not, yeah, probably 2 hours, two hours from here in Baton Rouge. Really cool, looked really nice. Just some getaways. So she's going to be doing more of that stuff. She's quit her job to do this. You
Wow.
got to always appreciate
Love it.
that. Yeah,
Absolutely.
I love it too. So she's cool. We got us a new contact there.
Shout out
Uh,
small business owners all across the
I
world.
love it. I love
Love it.
it. And yeah, Gabby put on a heck of an event. The weather
That's
was
awesome.
terrible leading up to it, but then it was just a Chamber of Commerce kind of day. Everything just ended up her being sunny. It hadn't been sunny since. It's pretty
Oh
much just
wow,
been
that's great.
cloudy and yuck since then, but it was sunny on Saturday. So that was awesome. I've got to everybody check out False, False Alarm Company as well. I didn't get a chance to visit with them. I've been talking to them some online. I saw them looked like they were doing a little TikTok live and stuff too. And then I got to talking. Imagine that, Jr.
Yeah,
And then
imagine that.
yeah, and then the next thing you know, it's like, oh, we gotta go because I wanted to take Riley to be able to go to Avery Island and see where Tabasco was made. He wanted to go
Yeah,
see it too. So we
awesome.
slipped off. Have you ever done that tour? Have you ever
I have
gone and
not.
seen it?
No, I need to though.
It's cool, man. I mean, I did it as a kid. I don't remember the tour. I don't
Yeah,
remember how
right.
old I was either, but I haven't done it since then, and I will remember this. And I think
Yeah,
Riley will too, because he's old. You know, he's almost 13 years old,
yeah.
so he
It's
was enjoying reading all of the history.
the
It's
history.
super
Yeah,
interesting.
I would have to equate it to something probably like the Jack Daniel's distillery or something.
I would think so. I mean, you walk in and they have all of like,
It's a
you know,
historic place, a historic product. A
yeah. I
lot
mean,
of stuff hasn't changed. You
no,
know.
you get to be right there
Yeah.
with it. You know, I
Right.
mean, you're not there where all the peppers are, but they have a little greenhouse so you can
Yeah.
see what
Do they
the
have a
peppers will be.
restaurant there on site?
They do, and
Yeah.
what I understand, the restaurant's really good. It was not open on Saturday because they close at 4. Plus, it's the off season, I would think, but they
Right.
are open, from my understanding,
And
7 days a week.
I love it. Yeah, and I don't know if it's still open. It's been a long time since I've been, but the like I said, the Jack Daniel's still remind me of that. And they have a restaurant there on site. I think it was Miss Mary Bobo's or something like that. Miss Mary
Probably pretty
something. But
good.
anyway, it was a sit down family style dinner. You all sat at one big table. There were several big tables, and you were sat with different people at a table, and like you pass everything around, and it's the
Okay,
whole
yeah,
works. Oh, buddy,
yeah.
buddy, buddy. There's a few of those in Tennessee. I've only really been to those type places in Tennessee. There's several of them.
I ate at an Amish place that was like that somewhere in
Yeah,
Pennsylvania, and it was
yeah,
just, oh yeah,
fantastic. Oh yeah, I
yeah,
bet. I
a
bet.
whole
But
big
that's
old
neat.
basket of biscuits, you know, just
Yeah.
yeah.
I wanna get over there to Avery Island area. That's like I know my wife and her friend, they go to Abita Springs sometimes. They have one of our friends has a family place over there, and
Hmm.
I'd love to go check that out too. They make the beer over there, and stuff.
Yep, yep. A
Do a
lot
little
of cool
tour of,
places.
even
And
though I don't
what's
even drink
so
beer anymore, but I might drink one if I go there.
well, you'd have to. I mean, it's like a requirement.
Yeah, for
Uh,
sure. Well, I remember that at the Jack Daniels thing. They got you went up in the big vats and they would waft them at you, and man, it was just like, ooh,
I
it
tell
was
you, it
something
was an
else.
interesting smell from the Tabasco. Not where they have these big drums where I guess it's stirring for 3 weeks or whatever before it's bottled, but where they go once they put all the mash into these barrels and they put salt on top of them to seal them, and they're in this knock my headphones off. They're in this warehouse, as far as you can see, just barrels.
Yeah.
But man, it stinks. It smells terrible. I don't
Oh
know
wow.
why. I don't know if it's just old. I don't know what it is that makes it. It doesn't. That does not smell good. Now then, when you
Right.
go in the other place, it smells like freaking Tabasco. And
Right.
it smells like someone's just completely poured a huge mountain of bottle in a area, which is what it is. And that
Tabasco
stuff's
to
sealed.
me, yeah, Tabasco to me is the best with oysters, fresh oysters, good cold fresh oysters on a cracker and some Tabasco. That's my favorite with Tabasco sauce.
Hot take here. I no longer think that Tabasco is the greatest hot sauce made, but their story's damn cool.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. I mean, and just the whole place and the vibe. I love how the families have kept it. Uh, it stayed in that
Right.
same family. It's not, no one's bought them out or anything like that. But there's so many great hot sauces out there now. A False Alarm Company, which I was talking about, they make different pepper sauces like that. So just a lot of different variation of things out there. All this Jack Daniels talk is
I
making
hear
T
you, T
Wayne
Wayne.
thirsty. I feel that. I feel
Yeah, I feel
that.
you on that.
Yeah. I'm on about my fourth one of these drinks in the last 3 hours because it feels like we haven't stopped talking.
I know, right? Hey, do you remember the sauce, dat sauce?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That ketchup.
Yeah, they
Or
had ketchup, and then they had like a hot sauce, but it was like it had like it had like a different base to it. It wasn't super hot. That was some Morgan City guys. I knew those guys. I ain't thought. I just now put two and two together. I
yeah.
don't know if they're still doing it. Or they sold it off or what the
Well, they
deal was,
do
but it
that.
got big because it was everywhere for a while.
That sauce ketchup is definitely out
Still
there.
rocking.
Oh yeah, yeah. A lot of people
Okay.
love it. I like it. I mean, I'm just not a huge ketchup person to begin with. It's definitely a little bit different. It's like a little tangier,
Yeah.
got a little kick kind of in a.
Yeah.
It's good. It's
Yeah,
good.
it
I
was
like it.
good. I remember the whole ride, like when they were starting it and all that. They sent me cases and this and that, and I remember on the. Then I remember seeing it at Rouse. I was like, heck yeah! And then I mean, I still use it and find it sometimes.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a
I'll
random
live.
random thought, but I just thought about it. I was like, yeah, I actually know those folks. I hadn't thought about it because I don't know if they still are part of the company or whatever. But it's some friends of some friends. It's Hal Bruni, some friends of Hal Bruni's. He's the one. It's friends of
Okay.
his.
Man,
Yeah.
I'll tell you something that has changed, and I've been seeing it online, and I finally noticed it, and they are right. Zapp's potato chips.
Yeah.
They got bought out,
Oh,
and
really?
I don't remember who bought. I'm not sure who bought them. I don't know
Mm,
right now, but yeah. So they used to have a place just down the road. It was where they still made them all. And during the hurricane 3 or 4 years ago, I think Ida, whichever one it was, messed it up, and that was like the last straw. And
really?
it's Lay's or somebody like
In
that owns them
Pennsylvania or
now.
somewhere now?
Yeah, they don't make them here anymore, and like they're stingy with the seasoning that's in them. They're the chips, the
Oh,
chips are. I mean, they're still good,
it
but
just
they're
ain't
not
that.
like they. Nah, man, they ain't the same.
Dang.
They ain't the
It
same.
happens. It happens.
It does happen, and you hate that whenever you see a product that's so good go away
Yeah,
like that, and
change. Yeah.
they've like they have the honey mustard chips, and I always like them. And I noticed these. I did have some, and they didn't have a lot of honey mustard in them. They were
Oh,
light,
I was a
but
voodoo guy. I love the voodoo
yes, well,
chips.
that's what me too, because it's the
That's
best of all
it's the
worlds.
best. Right.
A little light on the seasoning. That's
That's
what
what
I
that and
got.
that's
That's what I
yeah.
got. Yeah,
And you were light on the seasoning. That just breaks the whole chip. You like the heavy seasoning on those. Why you get
you
the
got to
voodoo
have it.
bag?
Yeah. So
Wow.
they're getting cheap and trying to save. And then of course you used to get a bag of Zaps, and they there was a lot of chips in there. They're just
Yeah.
like everybody else now. It's like a bag full of air and half full
A
of
little bit of
chips,
chip.
if that.
Hey,
If that.
and I don't know if I need to look at our Rouses here, which I don't eat a lot of chips. We get these sweet potato chips sometimes at Aldi, really these days, and we keep tortilla chips on stock. You got to have tortilla chips at all times.
Yeah.
But I need to see if they have them here in Louisiana. Though they had wrap snacks. You remember those
Yeah.
wrap
Yeah. Yeah.
snacks?
Yeah. Yeah.
Those were killed. They'd have like a wrap group as each flavor is on the
Yes.
front. It
Oh
was like
yeah.
that thing. Man, those are good. I mean, not
They
just
are
because it's
good.
got
Yeah. I
wrappers
haven't.
on it, that's cool, but like the Migos one I know, and I think there was a Master P original something.
There was.
Those were all I liked all the flavors of those wrap snacks.
Yeah, those were really good. They were
I don't
good.
know.
I don't know if I
Hopefully they
haven't seen
don't
them
get
in a while.
that's the thing too. I don't know. I may have seen them in the Homa Rouse's last time I was there, but those were because like we said, they had plenty of seasoning. If you're gonna eat a chip, you might as well eat it with the You're not eating a chip to try to be healthy necessarily. You get a
No,
baked
you've
Lay's
already
if you're
given
trying to
up.
eat. If you're eating a regular chips, get a baked Lay's if you're trying to do or something. Or like my weird sweet
There he
potato
is.
French fries.
Terry, there it goes. Yeah, the Utz. They were sold to Utz.
Uh,
That's right. Yeah,
that's
in
who does the pretzels.
2011, in
PA.
2011. But from what I understand, the Gramercy plant that still made a lot of the chips that hung around until like
Was
3 or 4 years
grandfathered in
ago.
or something.
Yeah,
Stayed
and
around.
then
Yeah.
it went away, and now I think Utz is in Pennsylvania, and Utz makes some
Wow.
good stuff. I'm
Oh
not
yeah.
knocking they make some good stuff, but they've taken, it's like if Tabasco were to sell to somebody from Washington State or something, like
Right.
it
It's
ain't
just
gonna be the
different.
same. It just won't be the same.
It
It
won't be the
just
same.
won't be the same. It
Mm-mm.
just isn't. And restaurants are the same way. Well, JR, let's jump into a couple of stories. I've got a little bit of stuff to talk about, and the first thing we're going to kind of just scan down some of this stuff, but man, I don't know if you knew or if you saw any of it, but last week was the CES deal in Vegas, where all the new gadgets, latest and
Yes.
greatest stuff was out. And yeah, so I found this awesome. There's several of these Twitter threads that are on there, and of course, the algorithm just knows that I like this kind of stuff.
Oh yeah.
So, so
I watched some of this on YouTube with the robots the other day, man. It's crazy.
yeah. So I mean, I'm just going to kind of scroll
Yeah.
down through this.
You see the
stuff, but
one
like,
that's like it looks like a futuristic van, and then out of the back of it comes this like personal what do you call it, the drone deal. Like it's a self-contained like super van with
yes,
a drone that comes out the back,
yes,
and it unfolds and you can take off in it. It's like a flying car. I'm
yeah. I
like,
mean,
what?
it
Hey,
flies you, doesn't it? Like you
yeah.
fly, yeah.
Yeah,
Like you
yeah,
can
you're in
drive
it
it.
flying around. Yeah, you're right.
It's
It's a flying
crazy.
car that the only way to get it. It comes in a van or like a 6-wheel van that it comes out of the back of. It's like, you remember that show Mask when we were kids?
Yes.
The
Yep.
cartoon. It's like a Mask cartoon thing. It's like this, and now it's that.
It some stuff is going to get really weird here
Oh
in the
yeah,
future. I mean, I tell you something
That's the one. I love
that
it.
should
Let's
scare
explore.
folks is this or these
yeah,
glasses because they're already being used inappropriately. And what's going to happen is that camera lenses are so small now, they're just going to get better and better and better. And I've never worn them. I've never tried any of this stuff on, but I could see where I wear glasses. I mean, it would be awesome if I could have little monitors while I'm looking around
yeah.
too,
They
just
say
like the
one of the one that works the best there. They say you have to look up at the thing to see it, but it's really neat. Mark Zuckerberg was on Rogan yesterday.
yes, yes,
So they
yeah.
they talked about a lot of this stuff.
They dove into some serious stuff, and
Yeah.
I haven't finished all of it. I've listened to about probably the first hour of it. That's something that I did want to talk about this week that I haven't had enough chance to really kind of break it down. But one thing uh, that Meta and those guys, it was something that was on my list last week to talk about. Those guys have really kind of loosening up on those DEI regulations and all of that stuff. They're going to allow a little bit more bad stuff
Hmm.
come through. A little more freedom of speech coming from X, coming from Elon. He helped that along. Let's see. This kind of I don't get this door thing. It's just a lock. It makes me nervous that if you have a door lock that it's handled somehow by Wi-Fi, even if you have a hard number, but a Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, whatever will open it, that's hackable. I
Oh yeah.
don't care what they say. That's hackable. I don't
Oh
want
yeah.
that to be my front door lock. I mean, I'm sure it's cool. It has like a camera. It's like a Ring camera in a sense, but it
Yep.
built in. But I don't trust that yet, dude.
Mm-mm.
Not at all. This is a Honda car. I didn't really look at it. It just kind of looks super futuristic,
Well,
but it
I
does a
think
bunch of
about that.
cool stuff.
I guess mine would be too. All of our doors, you put a number in to open it, and I could open it with my phone and stuff.
That's true. But I mean, even in hotels, I'm always, you can open those doors, but
The thing about stuff is, somebody wants to do something bad, they gonna do it.
they're gonna do it no matter
They're
what.
gonna do it. And if
That's
you got a
true.
lock, no matter how tight you lock it up, somebody won't see them bad enough. They're gonna figure a way up till whatever point they decide it's not worth it. I
So
say, like, when you get in, you need to make sure your deadbolts, you can deadbolt and lock them yourself, and you've got auxiliary locks top and bottom to keep the door safe.
yeah, so
There it is. That's what I
yeah,
was talking about.
yeah, this is
Look at
it.
this thing. Are you kidding me? You don't
Isn't
think
it
I need
wild?
one of those? Look at me. There's
Uh,
me right there.
that's gonna be what's crazy is that these
Look there.
drones.
There's you
That's
coming
it.
up.
Yeah, that is
There's
going
you
to
and
be
Tammy
going to Bart.
catching up with me and Breesy. Look, there's Blasey's mad because he can't go.
En route to
Wow, look at
Bart.
that thing.
Oh yeah,
It's got to weigh about 1,000,000 pounds. Most roads wouldn't handle it, and you
there's a
definitely
lot
couldn't take
going
it.
on with it. Like
Yeah,
you
you
got to
definitely
have a
couldn't.
lot. You got to have a lot of money to have that
Yeah, how
thing.
much? I
I'll
think
never.
they said there was 75,000 of them pre-ordered. They said, or something like that. Or was it
Good
75?
Lord!
Yeah, it was. I thought it was a
Wow.
bigger number than you'd think. Like 75,000 of them are pre-ordered or something like that.
I wonder
I
what
thought I
it
heard them say.
costs. I wonder
God
what it
Almighty.
costs Paul says that Zuckerberg is doing it because it's convenient, though he was threatened by the government like third world nonsense. No, he's exactly right. Zuckerberg copies everything, number one. So just like they tried to copy Twitter by having threads, which sucks. And it ain't it. We have a page over there. We don't mess with it. It's a waste of everybody's time. But he always tries to copy and do that kind of stuff. I don't think he's really sincere at all, ever. But hey, if it starts to make it fun again and, a little, not as every single little thing, like my boy T. Wayne Foster, who has been banned from the fine folks at Facebook more than once. He says a few controversial things here and there, but, some of that should go away. Nothing that freedom of speech shouldn't allow.
To me, it just sounds like he's just coddling up to who's in charge. He did it with the last ones, that's what I'm saying, T. Wayne. That's what I think too. Alabama too. I was just thinking I couldn't take it. We couldn't take it to the bauxite mines for sure.
This is the new little back with a little robot arm.
Sick.
It'll move a sock. I mean, I don't know how practical.
No, but just to think that it's coming in a couple of years, what will that, I tell you, the one I did see I thought was practical. Yeah, I thought the one that was practical is when it had the one that had like a cup holder on top of it, and it was like purifying. It was like an air purifier while it was doing. I'm like, make it multi doable, but you don't need it tall because you want to go under the stuff.
Right. This is wild. A flexible battery.
Oh wow! I saw one that was the pop-up cooler that was also a battery charging station, and it came with an umbrella that you opened up that had solar inside of the umbrella. That was pretty cool.
Yep. I saw a solar car too. These are creepy.
Creepy, way too creepy. Yeah. It looks like an adult Chuck E. Cheese gone wrong in the wrong part of town.
They don't move naturally. That's what they look nice and all, but that's
how many nerds are going to be trying to buy one of those, nerds with a bunch of money.
Oh, well, they already have dolls.
Oh, I'm sure.
Like that. I don't know if they don't move that way, I don't think, but they have lifelike looking dolls. But
call me old school Tiggy, but don't none of that do nothing for me. That's ridiculous.
It is. And
it's so crazy, ain't it?
And it just makes me think on the list of tonight, whenever we were running down movies, I forgot a villain, and I had it written down, and this is what reminded me of it, and what reminded me to put it on the list. Ava from Ex Machina, whatever.
Yeah, God, yeah. Oh yeah. What do you think she did at the end?
Exactly. Yeah. Terry is T. Wayne, big into technology.
Oh, nice.
I'd love to know his thoughts on this. I think that we're not far away from the computers taking over, and AI especially. Oh, here it is. This is an EV that runs just on sunshine. It gets a whopping 40 miles of daily driving. That would not do anybody any good in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I can tell you that. I bet it didn't going to fly in Eunice either. So yeah,
that's the thing. A lot of this stuff a ways away to realistic use in most of rural America. Like you think about EVs in general, they're great. Like I think about if I lived in a big town and I traveled within that town and only went and visited someone a few hours away, so I would absolutely have an electric something in my little apartment. But if you live out in rural America, it's just impractical. Like I think about when you're out west and the farming country and stuff, just impractical. The only time I've ever used a EV with any efficiency out west was we used them basically in lieu of four-wheelers and side-by-sides when we were elk hunting, because they don't make any noise, and we weren't going through any rough terrain, and we plug them in every day. We're only going a few miles. They were awesome for that. If you're trying to haul something, it's probably not going to happen. But I think one day, and that's what I tell everybody, you know how mad the guy was that made horse-drawn carriages when he saw that Model T or the Model A come rolling down the road? You know what I mean? So it's coming whether we like it or not, but it kind of needs to. We got to figure out another way. It's got to be an easier, simpler way to get around than just setting stuff on fire all the time. Got to be. I'm not knocking on the industry or nothing. I'm just saying we got to. Evolution's inevitable. Something will happen. What is that thing? Is that a leg brace?
Well,
you hurt
that's
yourself?
the thing. Is so it's just how they hook you. Here are 15 best tech and gadgets you shouldn't miss, and there's this thing, and then there's no explanation from it. Somebody says, "What's the leg brace?" People always post the thread, and it never includes the initial pic.
Yeah.
And then somebody says, "There's definitely something wrong with those toes." And look at them. There's definitely.
I'm trying to see what that is. Is that something like you put in the freezer, then you put it on your leg if you're hurt, injured, or something?
No, it's a cast.
Oh,
it's a cast of some type.
Oh, that way it wouldn't be itchy and
says,
look at them toes. It's like a
support active.
What is that in the? What is the toes? Did they have to superimpose a big toe on them or something?
That
toe, or is there extra toes?
One toe's crooked. The pinky toe's very crooked. The others are going the other way. They didn't need to cut their toenails. And wow. Yeah, I think that's an AI foot. I think all of that is AI.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. Crazy. What is T Wayne say? I feel the EV car as at the point of the 1980s cell phone. Yeah, I think that's a great
bingo, T Wayne. I agree.
Great idea, and it'll get there in time, but not quite yet. Yep. I agree. They're cool, man. I mean, they're fun. I got to drive my boy's Tesla, and it was fun. I'm not going to lie. I would love to have one. I would love to have. I think they're ugly as sin, but I love.
Dude, how huge are they when you get inside, though? They're huge when you get inside. They're deceptively big when you get in.
Yeah, they are.
I mean, I know, like, so when I've been in the few I've ever been in, I was like, man, this thing is way bigger than you think.
Yeah. Paul says that he can't drive, so he doesn't. He don't really like EVs. He loves the internal combustion engine. But
Paul will get on that
as long as they aren't mandated, and I'm with
right.
That.
Paul will get on that train. He'll get on that Detroit muscle, that diesel muscle coming out of Detroit, baby. He'll get on one of the big trains and show up to your door if you need him to. Paul knows how to get around.
Yeah, he does.
And I agree, and there's pros and cons to both, and we'll see when it all shakes out.
Yeah, I wanted to share this story, man. It's kind of a touching story from this guy named Spencer. He helped this elderly lady named Beth, and I'm not going to play this whole thing, but this is just kind of where it started.
Oh, that's okay. How long has it been like this?
Well, I've been a month trying to get someone to come mow.
Oh, yeah, and you haven't been able to get anybody?
No.
Oh, man.
Like I said, they won't answer their phones. The city reached out to me and said, by the 22nd, you have all that done, or it's $240, and we'll send people out.
Wow.
I said I couldn't afford that. See, that tree's a volunteer tree.
So this guy goes around and just looking at his page here, that's at SB Mowing on X, and he's also on Instagram and everywhere else too. But it looks like, just kind of scrolling down, that he goes to these places that are overgrown, elderly, or some folks that aren't able to get their grass cut and stuff like this for whatever reason, and he does it. I don't know this guy's whole story, but I love these kind of stories.
Yeah, me too.
That are just great things.
Yep.
Well, here's the second part of that, and I can't make it any bigger.
Ramp to make it easier to get down it, and things like maybe replacing your driveway, so there's not so many cracks in it.
Let me refresh it. See if there we go.
Months ago, and clean everything up. A lot of people watched it. Almost 100 million.
My God.
A lot of people were commenting that they wanted to put some money together to help you out in certain ways that you may need it. A lot of people were thinking, maybe we can get your deck replaced and get you a nice accessibility ramp to make it easier to get down it, and things like maybe replacing your driveway, So there's not so many cracks in it, and it's a new driveway that's a lot easier for you to walk on. And then a lot of people are wanting to pay for a couple of years of landscaping services for you.
Oh my God.
I mean, isn't
That's
that
awesome.
awesome?
That's so awesome, man. Good on him.
So,
And good on
So-
society for doing something positive through social media. It's not always bad comments and negative stuff. Like good people that
dude,
step
so
up and do things.
this was posted yesterday, 1 day ago. Let's just see. Let me just see if. All right. So as of this morning, whenever I checked this. Whenever I first saw this, probably like 9 o'clock this morning. I saw this story, and I looked at the GoFundMe, and it was at $500,000.
Wow.
It came out yesterday.
Wow.
Let's see.
Extraordinary.
$676,000 as of right now. That is crazy. $100,000 goal. All of that going to this lady. It's going to be able to fix everything in her house that she's been having issues with. So, I mean, just good on that dude. No matter what, he seems like he's doing everything for the right reasons, which is the thing that kind of always scares you whenever you see stuff like that. But yeah, I just had to I had to share that because
That's amazing.
Great story, and you just don't. That's what I was reading the comments on that, and it's just a lot of people saying the same things. It's good to see that there's still good people in this world. And then I saw Danger Nunley, Nunley, I can't remember his first name. That dude who's viral on, you would know him. He's always has funny videos. He has a beard. He starts off with some outrageous and stuff, and then he's hilarious. If you saw him, you would know who I'm talking about. I promise you. Anyhow, he said the same thing about something else. There's a little bit of hope with society that everybody needs a little bit of help at some point in time, no matter what it is. That's just part of the way that it is to be on this earth and to be human. Like T. Wayne says, it gives him some hope for humanity. That kind of stuff gives me some hope for humanity as well.
I feel like there's more good than evil. We just need to and need to.
I agree.
A lot of people just need to see the light.
I agree.
Go to the light.
Go to the light. This will be the last thing, and then we'll wrap this up, JR. But I saw this just before in our little break from our last show, setting everything up to this. This was posted by Donald Trump. He posted this. Now, I mean, he didn't make this. Somebody did. But it's what the conversation was the other day at Jimmy Carter's funeral.
Well, Mr. President.
For a second time. Barack, very nice to see you.
Congratulations. So how you doing?
I'm a lot better, Dad.
Yeah, I bet. Knew you'd win.
Oh, really? Oh, come on. Anyone could beat her.
Kidding
She's
me?
just...
I was just as appalled. You know what happened? He just didn't want to leave.
I know.
Is what happened. I did what I could to help her. She was horrendous.
I know. You know what I realized? Hillary still hates me. So much. I know. She'll never forget me. We should meet to discuss
I
that.
think so too. We can definitely set something up. Let me know whatever
Oh, we
works
got?
best for you.
I was gonna fly back to Florida tomorrow for the golf.
Okay. Did you see that? She won't even look at me.
Really? I was told some of her people. Apparently they said she fell off the wagon.
I think she actually may have. Sure. And also, she's not really built for this. Amount of pressure, if you're not built for it, will do it.
Oh my gosh! Of course he put that out there, reposted it or whatever.
That's crazy. I mean, it's crazy on all levels, no
All
matter
levels.
what.
All
But
levels.
that he's going to be the president of the United States, and he
That's your
dropped
boy.
that on his socials tonight.
Oh, get ready! Here we go.
Here we go. That's exactly right. That is exactly right. Well, folks, enjoyed it tonight. If y'all hadn't hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't, share this wherever you're watching. Keep helping us grow. We'll be back tomorrow night. One thing I didn't address, JR, is I know that the 8:30 window is a little bit late for some folks, and it's usually late. It's late for me. Now it's not really. It's not 8:30 isn't late for me, but I get that we have a lot of folks on the East Coast that follow the show. It's bedtime. They may want to watch their other show or whatever. So I totally get it. I'm going to try to go live at 7 if possible, but that isn't always going to be possible. 8:30 is what works for me like 100% of the time whenever I'm home. So that's why I chose that time. But if I can go earlier, I will. I think y'all just be looking for the time. If I move it, I move it. But wanted to kind of address that. I gave you no answer except for I'm going to try to go live at 7, but no later than 8:30. And that's it, JR.
Man, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed all our podcast and content we got going on today. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Y'all look for all these videos and podcasts when they come out. Give us a shout out on all the socials. JR the Handler. I've actually got my first road gig this weekend of the year. I'm going to Little Rock. I'll be there Saturday night at the Simmons Bank Arena. I think that's what it is.
Oh, he's playing in there. Yeah.
Yep. And
Saw Metallica.
the first show of the year. Nice. So anybody in the Bubba Army or the Tigs Bits, the Tigs Wigs in the area, give me a shout if you're going to be around. Love to see y'all. And thank y'all for supporting the show. And y'all be safe out there. And we'll see y'all next week or tomorrow. Tigs will be I'm going to be traveling. Well, no, I may be able to jump on tomorrow. We'll see. Yeah. Wednesday I'll be traveling. So.
I love it. That's the fun of this format. We'll see who hops on. But I'll be here tomorrow night. And we'll see y'all then.
It's Tigs night.